3260 Mobley Street. This is Ian with Build Brothers, trying to do a little investigation and figure out what the heck went on here with this big old leak. So here we've got the existing curb, our new roof, existing air conditioning unit, and that big old black band of mastic around it. So that big old band of mastic is what Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air had applied in an emergency to try to stop the water from getting through this gap over here. So as roofers, mastic is always a temporary solution. It'll get you through a couple rains, but they have filled some fairly substantial gaps with that mastic, and that will crack and separate over the next 6 months or so, maybe a year. And then we're going to have the same water intrusion that we had from this last rain. Going back on our notes, on our proposals, on some of the proposed solutions, as soon as we lifted this unit away from the curb, Rafa, my air conditioning technician, was very convinced that this was a terrible design and needed to be fully replaced. We needed to redesign the curb and the platform specific to a new package unit. And unfortunately, we decided to not move forward with that work, and so we put it back together the way it was. Thought we had a good seal on it. Now, there was a huge gap over here, but that's the way this system is designed. And so if we take a peek in here, now, obviously, every time it rains, water is going in here. Where the heck is that water designed to escape? Okay, so let me see if I can get this to focus. There's a little trough down there. There we go. There's a little trough right there where the water collects in that L-shaped trough, and then it's going to weep out those little holes. Where the heck do those holes go to? This system, I believe, is designed with a pan underneath it, and then it comes out on this side. Now, unfortunately, because this curb is all wrong, it was designed wrong and built wrong originally before we ever touched it. This drain on the downhill side should have been over the edge of that curb, and so now with all the mastic, all of that condensation and or rain that gets inside of there is now trapped, and so this solution is not permanent. This solution is very, very temporary, and a permanent solution needs to be devised, which will most likely be picking up and replacing this and completely rebuilding and redesigning the curb, unfortunately. If we look at, so the coil is what creates the condensation on an air conditioning system. It's on this side of the compartment, and there's our condensation line for the coil. There is no other drain tube down low on this unit where all of that water collects in there. The Anderson technician had sent some photos off to his boss, and they thought that the water is supposed to come out of those fins. That is not the design. I would love to see we getting rid of this unit, rooftop unit, filling this hole, and going to a mini split air conditioning system, but that's a big investment, and unfortunately there's no brand new ducting that has been installed here.